A continuous random variable has a PDF probability density function. F of x is given by k times of e power minus x, for x lies between 0 and infinity. So he has asked you to find out the value of k and the mean, also all these values. Probability of x is 3x less than 4x lies between these regions. So first of all, we have to find out the k value. Since it is already given that it is a probability density function, the whole integral from minus infinity to infinity f of x dx must be equal to 1. This we have learnt already. But the function is being defined from minus infinity to infinity? No, right? It is defined from 0 to infinity. From 0 to infinity. This is only defined. So your integral also you have to take from 0 to infinity. So then it becomes, that means from minus infinity to 0 it is 0. From 0 to infinity only it is been defined, and that value should be equal to 1. Now what is integral 0 to infinity f of x dx is been given as k times of e power minus x. So take k outside, do the integration e power minus x. Remember, e power minus infinity is always goes to 0, approaches 0. So it is minus k times of upper limit e power minus infinity minus e power 0. When I apply the upper limit, it becomes 0 and e power 0 is 1. So it is minus k times of minus 1 is k, and this whole value is equal to 1. Therefore, the value of k is equal to 1. This is what you understood. Now, since the function f of x is k times of e power minus x, you got the value of k as 1, so it is e power minus x. So f of x is e power minus x for x greater than or equal to 0. Now the next question asked was find out the mean. The mean is given by integral minus infinity to infinity x times of f of x dx. But minus infinity, the range of x is not from minus, it is from 0 to infinity. So it is x times of e power minus x dx. Now to do this type of problems, I'll just explain you how to solve this by the method of by parts. Now I hope you know this, but I will once again do this one now. Let us see this. Let us make it as a clear way. It is the value u is, first of all, we are using the Eilert principle. Whenever it is an algebraic function, algebraic means x it is. So whenever there is algebraic, immediately you should think about this shortcut method. What is u is here, the algebraic function, which is x, and dv is e raised to minus x. Now what is the derivative of x is 1. What is the derivative of 1? It is 0. And what is the integral of e raised to minus x is minus e raised to minus x. Now what is the integral of minus e raised to minus x? It is positive e raised to minus x. I hope you could understand what I am doing here. Parallelly, both differentiation and integration I am doing. I am treating the function x as u, and the derivative, which is the next other function is e raised to minus x as dv. So now I am going to take that x, which it is derivative 1, once derivative is 0. And the remaining function e power minus x, for that you have to find out the integral negative e raised to minus x, and for that the integral becomes e raised to minus x. Now what we do, we just take the products. What are the products? Take this product, not the below one, you have to take the next product. I hope you remember this when you have done your calculus. So that gives you now, it is x times of e raised to minus x. You have to take these two products, and then 1 into e raised to minus x. Always start with plus and put a minus. Now the limits are from 0 to infinity. Now it is upper limit when I apply, it is infinity times of e power minus infinity minus e power minus infinity. Upper limit is over, minus lower limit is 0 times of e power 0 minus e power 0. Now we know that e power minus infinity is 0. Therefore, this whole thing becomes a 0, and this becomes e power 0 into 0 is 0, minus e power 0 becomes a 1. So it is negative of negative 1, which is positive 1. So the mean is what now? Plus 1. I hope you could understand. Now, let us go to the go to find out the value between 1 to 2.5. 2.5. So for this, the value is again integral of minus integral 1 to 2.5 f of x dx. Normal integration, substitute the limits, you will get the value. Similarly, for probability of x is equal to 3 is asked. Remember that whenever x is equal to 3, that means actually what x is equal to 3 means at that particular point what is the area. That means from 3 to 3 what is any function you take, that value becomes 0. So you can understand here one important point as a note, you may take it as, that is given by integral of a to a f of x dx. Whenever you are taking that limit is the same, suppose, then definitely it becomes a 0 itself. So please understand that it is definitely equal to 0 whenever you are getting this as the same limit is there, suppose, you can understand this. So therefore don't waste your time by doing the integration. Just you can put integral from at exactly 3 at exactly particular value, it automatically it gives you 0. And then probability of x less than 4 you need, so 0 to 4 e power minus x dx, then substitute the limits, you will get the answer. Is that clear? So now I'm going to do the up to here we can do. Now you are able to understand how to solve the mean and the probability of the region between 1 to 2.5. I hope it's clear. Thank you.